Welcome to my channel. I am Grace Covington. If this is the first time that you are coming to my channel, go ahead, subscribe, turn on alerts. Make sure you are watching this video to the end. I share some powerful bonus tools always at the end of my videos. Today's topic is the subtle art of giving up too fast. So if you've struggled in really creating what you're asking for, or you consistently give up, or you never seem to make it to the finish line, like you never complete things, this is the video for you. I'm going to be giving you some tools how you can easily change that. And these tools work no matter what you're experiencing in life, even if it's super intense, even if it feels like you are being boiled in hot water, or you are in a desert and there's not a single drop of water. You can still continue to create your life no matter what shows up, and you don't have to give up. The default does not have to be giving up. So the first tool in really reclaiming your power and not giving up is being aware that life is going to get uncomfortable, y'all. Let's just keep it 100. You're going to encounter some difficult things in your relationships, in your business, with creating money, if you work a job, in your career, with your children, all of that stuff. There are going to be some uncomfortable moments. So the moment you are aware, then when that stuff starts to happen, then you can be like, oh, okay, cool. So what can I do to begin to change this, rather than thinking that, life is this bed of roses. And yes, they are bed of roses that will show up in your life. I'm not saying that that is not a part of life. That is a real part of life. But there are also these uncomfortable moments that will show up in our life that are really there to facilitate us to creating more of what we are truly asking for. And a lot of us run away the moment shit starts getting hot, when that steam starts rolling in, when shit gets uncomfortable, then people flee when you don't have to, when you can use a set of tools to completely change anything that shows up in your life. So that's the first thing. Know that you're going to have some uncomfortable things showing up in your life. 2, you are not at the effect of what happens in your life. So many of us use this reality to judge our life. So if I have X amount of dollars in my bank account, that means I am this. Or if the money hasn't shown up in my bank account, that means this. Or if this client has not signed up, that means this. You are not at the effect of what happens to you. You're the catalyst that creates change. There is a difference, y'all, between when you look at chemical reactions, think back to your chemistry lessons, biology, what does a catalyst do? A catalyst creates change. A catalyst creates that stimulation. A catalyst is that ingredient that is going to facilitate the possibility that is going to transform what you are asking for. So when you live your life as the catalyst, you're no longer afraid of what shows up in your life, because you're already equipped. You already have the tools. You already have the power. But this reality lies to you and says that you are not powerful, that you cannot create change, that you're not magical, that miracles don't exist. And yet they do. So 2 is really acknowledging your power of being a catalyst to change the things in your life. Once you know that you are equipped with this power, then you start to create your life from a different possibility. And I'm going to show you, continue watching this video, girl. Continue watching this video, and I'm going to show you how to use that to your advantage. 3, stop buying lies. Stop buying lies. Lies are so easy to buy every single day. If you're watching the news, you're reading the headlines, you're hearing about, mass layoffs, the economy, all of this stuff. Yes, those things are taking place, but what people forget is you have choice. You have choice. If there have been millionaires, y'all heard me talk about this in my last video, recession-proof your bank account. If you haven't watched that, go and watch that because that will contribute if you're struggling with money and creating money. Millionaires have been created during economic downturns. Why would you be afraid? There is a cycle and a season for everything. Just like a farmer goes out and farms, he plants that seed, the seed germinates. There's a process that goes until you get to the harvest. So why would you ever be afraid of what's taking place when we know that there's cycles that take place? And the power that you have in any cycle is your power to use everything to your advantage. No matter what's taking place, you have the gift of being able to use everything to your advantage. So what does that mean? Make sure you watch that video, Recession Proof Your Bank Account. I will use an example that I shared last week is that, using something to your advantage is, let's say something is taking place with the economy. So you can begin to ask questions like, how can I use this to my advantage? Like, what do I need to be aware of? How can I tap into creating more wealth and money during this time? So that's using things to your advantage is when you start to ask questions rather than looking at the problem and letting the problem consume you and tear you apart and break you apart and make you miserable. You have to realize that everything can be to your advantage. Last is, don't look at problems as problems. I've done a couple videos around this, is what if your problems are actually possibilities to more, to you having more, to you being more, to you creating more. I know, like, for example, like in my relationship with my husband, we set targets. Like, this is the target that we have for our relationship. And then anything that is not in alignment to that target, guess what? It does show up. It does show up, and sometimes it's uncomfortable. Sometimes we're like, sometimes we're like, okay, you need to leave me alone. We need space. But as we are navigating that uncomfortable space, and as those things begin to change, then this beautiful space opens up in our relationship where it's like, the things that we're actually asking for, our targets, they're actually showing up. So y'all don't think when you're asking for these big dreams, everything that's not in alignment in what you're asking for is going to show up so you can receive what it is that you truly desire to create. So do not give up, y'all. No matter where you are in this journey, do not give up. Be okay with, hey, because it's not going to be perfect. There are going to be some days where you're going to be like, I'm not talking to this person for, if it's your partner or your relationship or your husband, I'm not going to talk to this person. You're in the muck of things, but that's also part of the change. That's also part of the process. So even if you're crying, you're miserable, you're sad, allow yourself to experience that. But knowing underneath the foundation of that is that you are going through your change. You're facilitating change. And keep taking 2 steps forward, even if it feels like you took 10. Get up, dust yourself up, and keep on moving. This is one of the greatest gifts that you can give yourself in your life, is the ability to commit to creating your life no matter how uncomfortable shit gets. You have the power and capacity to create everything that you desire. It's not necessarily going to be super easy, but you will still have ease. You can still have ease even in difficult challenges. No matter if, like I said, it's steamy, it's hot, you're in the desert, you're searching for a drop of water, but you cannot see anything, but you can still have ease. You can still have peace. And building this muscle is what creates that foundation of ease and peace no matter what. And it begins with you being the catalyst in your life and knowing that you are that powerful and that you're just moving through this journey of life to get to where you would like to go in life. So if you've liked this video, go ahead, like, comment, ask me questions in the comments. Share this with someone who you feel will receive contribution from this. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on those alerts. And y'all watch these next videos that you see popping up here. Yep. These are all going to contribute to you having more in your life. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for the gift that you are. Thank you so much for not choosing to give up anymore.